Sean O'Malley, the new face of the fighting game? Sean O'Malley is special. He's special. I love watching that dude fight. He is uniquely confident and super creative. He's insanely good. He's still getting better too. That's the wild thing about that dude. That's what amazing Joe Rogan said about another rising sensation in the Octagon, Sean O'Malley. The UFC bantamweight and one of the most colorful fighters in the UFC. He also trains in Glendale, Arizona at MMA Lab and is coached by his old fellow, Tim Welch. He currently competes in the bantamweight division of UFC. Together with Tim Welch, he also runs a podcast named the Timbo Sugarshow. The mixed martial arts artist was born on 24th of October 1994 in Helena, Montana, United States. As a young kid, he never liked school, and as he grew up, he felt like wasting his time. He dropped the school midway and joined a boot camp, but was expelled after a fight, and ended up enrolling in an alternative high school. I just didn't like the school, he spoke before a fight on the main card of UFC 222 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I thought it was a waste of time and thought I should have been doing something else. And the world now knows what that something else was. He always wanted to prove himself as growing up. He was the smallest athlete, but he was always interested in boxing and fighting, and entering MMA was something else for him. He describes in his podcast introductory page how he and his father contacted one of his close family friends who gave him a chance, and after the very first training session, he knew this was his calling. In his continued search for fighting opportunities, he found Johnny Aho, who was a trainer of a young kids group. Johnny found something in the young boy immediately and gave him a nickname, Sugar. Malley shares that he once asked his coach why he gave him such a name, to which he would reply, "Because you are sweet to watch." The name got associated with him so nicely that even his fights would start to be called the Sugar Show. As far as his initial fights are concerned, he fought his first 5 fights in his hometown, Montana, before leaving for North Dakota, and ultimately fought for the Legacy Fighting Alliance and became a highlight by taking David Nuzon with a stunning knockout. He soon became a spotlight by featuring on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender series, where he beautifully knocked Alfred Kashakian in the first round and was awarded a UFC contract by Tim Welch. He took the offer firsthand and moved to Arizona to make his promotional debut on December 1st, 2018 at UFC 222 against Tyrion War, where he won the fight via unanimous decision. His next bout was against Andre Sohamta on March 3rd, 2018 at UFC 222, where his foot got injured in the third round, but again he won the fight by unanimous decision. In this contest, he not only exhibited his passion for a fight but also proved his competency. This bout literally earned him a lot of respect and appreciation from fans and the Octagon world alike. In the gleeful post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, Sean O'Malley called out his fans with so much warmth by saying, "Welcome to the Sugar Show." The stardom and fame started to rouse for O'Malley, and he started to prove to be a tough competition for the opponents. He also participated at Quintet Ultra as a UFC team member on December 12, 2019, where in the first round he earned a submissive victory over Takanori Gomi with a guillotine choke, but was submitted by Hector Lombard later. His team advanced in the competition and faced Team Strikeforce. In the following round, he went on a draw with Gilbert Melendez, and both were eliminated from the round. However, Team UFC won the tournament. Later on, he was suspended for a fight due to an anti-doping policy violation. While waiting for the judgment, he went to hip surgery and got suspended by NCAC after the failed test for Ostarine. After a gap, Sugar entered the Octagon at UFC 248 on March 7th, 2020 against Jose Alberto and won the fight by TKO in the first round. He received his first Performance of the Night award that night for his fantabulous performance. O'Malley owns a very iconic status in the UFC's pecking order. He's a 6-1 in his 7 Octagon bouts and has established himself as one of the most thrilling fighters in the bantamweight division. He also has an outstanding MMA record of 14 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. Sean O'Malley has made remarkable victories since he joined the UFC. One of his highest lasting victories in his knockout win over Thomas Almeida in UFC 260. In the bantamweight bout of the UFC main card, O'Malley set the aggressive pace early and caged Almeida. In round 1, MALLEY landed a brutal head kick on Almeida, who somehow managed to survive it. Later on, he landed a huge left hand and took Almeida to the canvas. Almeida tried his best to survive, while MALLEY's consistent connections and ended up giving into submission by the end of the fight. In UFC 248, the fight brought a long-awaited win for him as he was not allowed inside the Octagon for 2 years. And the return was a marvelous one that he made over Joe's Quinones in the first round. Sugar was all in the game from the very beginning with speedy footwork and potent kicks. When the Mexican charged forward, Cien floored him with a counter right hand. Quinones immediately stood up to his feet, but Cien floored him again by knocking him out with a head kick. Then started hammering fists, but the referee jumped in by declaring the bout in his favor. In the post-fight interview, he showed his emotions by saying, "It's hard to put into words. You can't really put into words. It feels good." O'Malley's other stunning knockout victory manifested in UFC 250 against Eddie Wineland, which proved to be the best walkaway knockout ever. All it took for him was just 1 minute and 54 seconds to floor Eddie, and he extended his unbeaten record to 12-0 in UFC. After this astonishing knockout victory, O'Malley declared himself the greatest striker in MMA. Recently, on his 27th birthday, the star proclaimed himself the face of a fighting game. He wrote in his Instagram post, "Undefeated Rich, the face of the fighting games. 27. Life's good. Love you guys." He doesn't stop to show up even more confident by comparing himself with the biggest figure in the business, Conor McGregor. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Sugar called himself and Conor pretty similar in the fight as they both knocked people out in the first round. He went on to say, "We aren't afraid to say how we feel. The fight is going to play out. We have similar styles. We're explosive strikers. I knock out people in the first round, and he knocks people out in the first round. So yeah, I think there's a similarity there." Despite having such insane fan-based popularity, Cien is currently unranked in the UFC's bantamweight 135 pounds division, but still, as of June 2021, earned a massive amount of $581,500 for his 7 fights in the UFC. It doesn't stop here. Sugar has nearly 2 million followers on Instagram, and his podcast is one of the most listened to podcasts as well. It is incredible that he has achieved all this while being unranked on both MMA and UFC's global rankings. The interesting part is, he isn't even interested in ranking high if he gets paid the same. He strongly believes that he's worth more than the UFC is paying him to compete. "I don't think I should be main eventing for the money I'm making right now. I think I should be getting paid more. So we'll see." But he respects his fellow fighters and the Octagon. He once reacted to UFC's Viral Moments video ahead of UFC 264, aired on UFC's official channel on YouTube, where he openly expressed his love, respect, and affection to the fighters, press conferences, and some of the exciting bouts. He appreciated the fellow fighters' styles of fighting and admitted that the Octagon inner culture and environment make him excited. It is just the start of Sugar's legendary stardom. He definitely has a long way to go, and we undoubtedly can expect so many contests from him in the future, as phenomenal as this UFC star himself. The truth is, it's just the start of his stardom. He has a long way to go. The journey is going to be as incredible as this phenomenal star himself. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and don't forget to save us by the bell.